Chaos on the subway. A man opens fire on commuters, sending police on a massive manhunt. The latest on the investigation.
Mild weather continues tonight with low temperatures in the 60s and a stray storm north and west.
And we're getting you fashion and beauty tips from an icon. New York Live reached Jenna Lyons' closet for the spring trends you need to know. All right, after a more than 24-hour manhunt, we've got a huge break in that subway shooting that sent nearly 24 people to the hospital. Police believe they've arrested the shooter. That guy's been identified as 62-year-old Frank James. Once a person of interest, is now the main suspect in the investigation. Investigators say James let off 2 gas grenades, then opened fire 33 times on commuters inside a Manhattan-bound N train at the 36th Street station in Sunset Park. That subway station has since reopened. Police say he rented a U-Haul van that may be connected to the attack. The key to the vehicle was found at the subway station after the shooting. We've also learned that the van was later located about 4 miles away. Among the other items recovered, a 9mm handgun and a bag filled with fireworks. Police also recovered a hatchet and a spray bottle of gasoline. However, the attack is not being considered an act of terrorism at this point. What's also not clear, a motive. We spoke with commuters who say they were on edge getting back on the train. The shooting sent at least 23 people to 4 different hospitals. 10 had gunshot wounds and another 13 were hurt during the chaos. All of them are expected to survive. Also New York Lieutenant Governor Brian Benjamin is now out of a job. That's after stepping down once he turned himself in to federal authorities.
Taxpayer money for campaign contributions. Quid pro quo. This for that. That's bribery, plain and simple.
He didn't speak to reporters here in the city after pleading not guilty to bribery charges tied to an alleged campaign finance scheme. But prosecutors had a lot to say. They accused Benjamin of abusing his authority as a state senator when he helped a real estate developer get a $50,000 grant of state funds for an educational nonprofit in 2019. The arrest of Governor Kathy Hochul's handpicked number 2 could impact this year's governor race. The Democratic primary is just 2 months away. The governor has accepted Benjamin's resignation, releasing a statement saying, quote, "New Yorkers deserve absolute confidence in their government." Also new, Pamela Anderson is taking her very first bow on Broadway. She's starring in the long-running musical Chicago as Roxy Hart. It's part of an 8-week limited engagement, and the last show will be Sunday, June 5th. Be sure to get your tickets.
And we've got some mild weather out there this evening. Temperatures are going to hover in the 60s, above normal for this time of year, so we'll take it. Lots of clouds out there as well. I think in the city we should stay mainly dry, but off to the north and west we may see a shower or a storm. Notice those temperatures, they really don't go anywhere. Midnight and it's still 61 degrees. That's the sign of a warm night ahead. Now we may see some showers and storms popping early on around 7, 8 o'clock, but where? Off to the west, places like eastern Pennsylvania, western New Jersey. When these storms run into the cooler maritime air, I think they'll fizzle out and fall apart. Again, a shower possible around 9, but no real thunder and a lightning threat for the city. And this shower threat diminishes overnight tonight. Maybe a stray sprinkle. Heading into Thursday morning, it's going to be a hot day, starting things out very mild. Yeah, these are typical high temperatures for this time of year. Instead, these are your morning lows. So a mostly cloudy night tonight. Temperatures getting down to the 50s, even in the Hudson Valley, mainly dry. And then, of course, we're getting ready for temperatures in the 80s with some showers and storms late in the day Thursday.
Next up, she's a beauty and fashion icon who is doing the daggone thing at J. Crew and more. Her name is Jenna Lyons, and she is the person to know when it comes to the latest trends. Well, New York Live caught up with her, even got a chance to go in her closet to bring you some tips for spring beauty and fashion. Check it out.
I am standing in fashion icon Jenna Lyons' closet, and today we're catching up with her to find out what spring trends are on the horizon and how fashion and beauty are becoming more inclusive. Well, Jenna, obviously you are on top of the spring trends. So what is kind of on hand for spring 2022?
One of the things that I love is the midriff. I'm a huge fan, and obviously we've seen a lot of that. I think there's a new way to do that where you're getting a little bit of a sliver of midriff, but it's still very sophisticated. I love the off the shoulder. I'm never not mad at a shoulder. They're always gorgeous. And this is also a nice way, I think you're wearing lace today. I think lace is always one of those materials that this guy pearl lace, which is a heavier lace, so it's not frilly and thin, it's got some guts to it.
All right, Jenna, what else you got for us?
Melina is wearing a jumpsuit. I'm a huge fan of a jumpsuit, always have been, but what I love about this one is this is a sexy, like, going out jumpsuit. In a simple white silk, so you can definitely pair it with sandals or during the day if you wanted to go to a more beach summer look. Also going out at night. We set out to create Love Scene. We brought in 21 different women, different ages, ethnicities, eye shapes. And it was really important to us to build the lashes on them so that they could tell us what made them feel beautiful as opposed to us telling them.
Well, we gotta top off the girls with your lashes then. Let's finish up their look.
This is my favorite part. The lash that I'm going to use for Janie is Cody. The reason I picked Cody is that it's actually a little shorter to the outside and it's a little longer towards the center. And on her eye shape, her eyes go down a little bit on the outside. And so what it does is it really accentuates this brow area for her. And these are also a mix of brown and black, which is a little bit more subtle. I think it's really nice on someone who has her blonde complexion.
Oh, I love it.
So for Melina, we're gonna use the fern lash. And what I love about the fern lash is it's a little bit sporadic. It's not super even, which I think really helps make it look a little bit more natural. It's also a mixture of black and brown, and on her skin tone, it looks so natural.
Beautiful. Well, you guys look amazing. Thank you, Jenna, for showing us the spring trends.
All right, friends, now it is time to get our true crime hats on for this next story I'm about to break down for you. So, it's been over a decade since the disappearance of Shannon Gilbert launched a big investigation by the police into what would become a bigger mystery known as the Gilgo Beach murders.
This 2010 video from a Hauppauge hotel contains the last known images of 22-year-old Megan Waterman. Her remains were found 6 months later, one of 10 victims in the Gilgo murder investigation.
We believe that the video showing her exiting the hotel is her meeting the killer.
Suffolk police today released the surveillance images for the first time. Investigators also doubled to $50,000 the reward offered for information leading to an arrest in this 12-year-old mystery.
We are not only moving forward this investigation every day, we are making real progress.
Suffolk's police commissioner wouldn't elaborate on that progress today. Right now, we know that 3 of the murder victims remain unidentified, and no murder suspect has ever been named.
I'm encouraged that this commissioner has at least taken the first step towards releasing something instead of sitting on everything and saying, we won't talk to you.
John Ray is a lawyer for the estate of Shannon Gilbert, the escort worker whose disappearance in 2010 sparked a police search that led to the discovery of all the victims. Ray wants police to make more evidence public, including the 911 call that Gilbert made the night she went missing.
Bring the public into this case. It's the only way this will be solved. The only way.
For years, police have argued releasing evidence would hinder their investigation, an investigation hampered by controversy, corruption, even disagreement over the number of possible killers.
We are leaning towards the theory that it's one killer.
You can find the just released video evidence on a police website, gilgonews.com. Investigators hope it might jog a witness's memory, or better still, maybe capture an image of the actual killer. Along Ocean Parkway, Greg Sergel, News 4 New York.
All right, friends, that's it for today's show. Thanks for checking in. We'll see you back here tomorrow on News 4 Now. See ya.